Welcome to UNCUT with Why podcast, where we discuss topics that helps, harms, and honor our community. We speak unapologetically and say everything that y'all are afraid to say. Here we're going to tell the truth uncut. Now let's talk. I got my homegirl in the house. This is Vaneesah Bahar, club owner, triple platinum artist, poet, community outreach case manager for violence prevention, celebrity promoter, got her own shoe designer, celebrity bartending teacher, actress. Check out Trapping for Christmas and Hot Girls, both on Tubi. Let's welcome my girl V.
Hey.
Oh, I'm so happy to have you here, babe. Look at this bio,
Thank you.
though.
I love the intro.
Yes, listen, I know we won't get into this bio, but I do want to start from the beginning.
Okay.
You know, we got to do that. We got to take everybody back to young V.
Okay.
So let's talk about V from Decatur and growing up.
Okay, V from Decatur. Growing up, I attended Southwest DeKalb High School, and I also attended Cedar Grove.
Mm-hmm.
So I know everybody because I went to both schools, and I went to open campus. Coming up, I love to dance. I was on drill team for Southwest DeKalb. I actually started with Miss Scott in elementary, and she's well known. She was a well-known choreographer all throughout Decatur.
Oh, okay.
So we did a lot coming up, a lot of shows in the Dome and travel with some of the colleges, things like that. Got into trouble while I was in high school, wound up at Pulaski State Prison, did a 6-year stint at the age of 19, came home when I was 25, and hit the ground running.
I was just finna say you popped right out. But hold on now, because before you went to prison, you toured with Bone Thugs and Harmony.
I did.
Yeah,
I
let's
did.
talk about
I
that.
did.
That
Okay.
was it.
So one of my group members, I was in a group called Relay,
Okay.
and one of my group members, she did like this competition on the radio. And Crazy Bone was in the studio at the time. So she won the competition, which led us to go in front of him and rap as a group, which led us to signing with him, which led us to being on his 1999 Thug Mentality CD and touring all over the United States with him and
you
a
were
lot of other
young.
celebrities. Yeah.
Yeah, that had to be the life. So did you
Yeah.
meet some guys? Were you dating during that time?
I had my baby daddy back
Okay.
then.
Okay.
God
so-
bless his soul. He passed away, but yeah, back then I was with my baby daddy. But I definitely met a lot of celebrities. Queen Latifah, Naughty by Nature, Trick Daddy. We was actually in the studio with Mariah Carey. The list goes on and
I
on.
know.
Everybody, yeah.
And so it's unfortunate that you were living that life as a young lady, but then end up in trouble.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that. What led you to prison?
Hanging with the wrong people, making bad decisions. You know,
time.
music and movies and things of that sort are very influential when you at the age where you're not quite a full adult yet, but you're not a child anymore. So sometimes you make bad decisions, and I did. I was with the wrong people. We made some bad decisions, and we got in trouble. I learned the hard way that consequences are real.
Are real.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you got a nice little bid to do. What was your sentence?
Yeah, 10 to 6.
And you did the whole 6 years.
Yeah, I did the 6.
Which, let me let my listeners know, is where I met her.
Right.
Yeah, so that's why I'm trying to tell you. And we're talking 20 plus years ago. This is a long friendship right here. But yeah, I met you in prison. You had already been doing most of your time by the time I got there.
When
And
did you come down?
2003.
Okay, yeah. So I had already did.
You
3
had like a
years.
couple years left. Yeah, because you left me in there. But let's talk about that, though. So that experience for you, away from living that life in prison. I do know you were more like, you were a spiritual person. You know what I mean? Because you definitely had us, you know, all into Ramadans and all of that stuff. Because you. So let's talk about that. Is that what kind of helped you get through your sentence?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Prior to being sentenced, I had my son.
Yeah.
So my son was literally 3 weeks old when I had to go back to court because I got out on bond. So I got in trouble in 98, stayed out on bond for 2 years, wound up pregnant, and had my son, went to court. He was 3 weeks, and I got sentenced. So I had to leave him at 3 weeks.
Shout out, MiZZ.
So, yeah, so that's really what got me through my sentence, knowing I got this little boy at home that I got to take care of, that I got to be a mommy to. It kept me out of a lot of trouble. A lot of people I probably would have piped up on.
Yep.
I didn't, because I needed to go home to my baby.
So during that bid, do you think that you connected with people that you like, will forever be connected to?
Yeah, you for one.
Yes.
It's a lot of us though that I still talk to, that I'm still in touch with. I was with Scent the other day. She just opened up a spot, and I went and bartended at her spot to help her out. Still talk to. I could name names. Karima, Ebony. It's a lot of us. Yeah.
And these people that she's naming, these are all people doing great things out here. So that lets you know that prison is that's not it for you. That's not the last stop. There's life after that.
Right. Angie. I talked to Angie a little while ago. Angela Stanton. It's a lot of us. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you do. Yeah, I remember meeting her at your club. We're going to get to that. Hold on. We ain't there yet. So like you said, you literally got out and hit the ground running. Like took off. So you had a plan before you exited, or like you was already ready?
I was prophesying a lot of things while I was locked up. One of the things was I wanted to be the first lady of Grand Hustle. That was a big deal to me because T.I. had just popped out with I'm Serious shortly before I got out, and I really was like, dang, like he fired, and I think I'll be an asset to Grand Hustle. So I manifested the song that I have with Dro because I did get out, and I did wind up in Grand Hustle studio and recording with them and hanging out with them. Me and Dro got a song together, and I just came home and I got into the hospitality industry.
Okay.
Which was waitressing, bartending, which nightlife.
Oh, my
where I
goodness.
needed to be as far as, getting my music out and things of the sort. And I just climbed the ladder in that
From
industry.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when I got out, 2007, me and another one of our, mutual friends, we came every weekend to be somewhere you at. Shout out to Scores, because Scores was doing his thing on Wesley Chapel.
Yeah,
it
man.
really was.
That was so sad when they tore Scores down.
I know, and you were getting it then.
Yeah.
We watched you. You was moving that night. You always make sure we was straight every time we come, but you was on your shit, chasing that bag, and I love that. So you knew then that you wanted to do bartending? Like, is that what got you into it?
No. Funny story.
Okay.
I needed a job. Me and my sister, we had a house down South Harrison, and I needed a job bad. I literally went and got. I went in there one day just to get something to eat, and I was like, "Oh, I could make some money in here." A lot of the people that I went to school with was in and out of there, so I'm like, I could make some money here. I went down and got my license, and came back and told them that somebody had already hired me, because they tell you to go get your permit if they hire you. And I went and got it before I was hired. I walked in, and they was like, well, who hired you? And I was like, some girl, she told me to come back today, but I was lying, because when you got a felony, it's hard to get a job.
Yep.
So I would get jobs, and I would have them, but once my background came back, they would fire me.
Yep.
But in that industry, it's not like that. So that's what I did. And they didn't know who hired me because I was making it up. But they was like, well, she got her permit, so put her in the system.
And you started bartending?
No, I started waitressing.
Waitressing then?
Yeah, I started
Okay.
waitressing then. But what I noticed is the money comes to the bartenders. The
Oh,
bartenders don't have to chase the money. The waitresses, you got to chase your money. You on the floor, you got to be running around.
Okay.
Bartender, the money comes to you.
Okay.
So I wanted to work smart, not hard. So that's how I got into bartending.
And
eventually.
then got your own business, and you actually certify people to be bartenders, correct?
I do now.
Yeah.
Yes.
And what's the name of that?
Bartender Beauties LLC.
Bartenders Beauty LLC. Okay. But that's my thing. You didn't just come home doing that. Like it's just a line of things that you have done. A club owner. That is not, listen, they already say the restaurant business is hard, but a club owner.
Yeah.
And then as soon as you got your club, you booked talents.
Yes.
Let's talk about that.
So
please.
that's one of the things that I love to do, throw parties and promote parties. People come have a good time. I throw big pool parties every summer. I have some of the largest pool parties in the city every summer, and I always booking artists. With the club, I just climbed the ladder in hospitality, waitress, bartender, management, general management, and then eventually part owner and owner. So
yep.
I have a spot that's about to open up the end of this month at South DeKalb Mall, which is a dream come true for me because I literally grew up in that mall.
Yep.
So out of all the establishments I've had, this is like the one.
The one.
Yeah.
You've watched this place,
Yeah.
Change over the time and stuff or
Yeah.
whatever. And so the place that you're about to open up is called
5K South DeKalb.
5K South DeKalb, and that's going to be a sports bar.
Yes.
Okay, yes. You need to hurry up right on time for my Falcons to come through and do their thing in September. I'm ready. But listen, let's talk about that nightlife, because I know people think that, nightlife means you can't be a parent. But you had your son, and like I said, since you've been home, you hit the ground running. Your son has been there with you. So what was that like, coming out, having a nightlife job, but a son too?
Well, thank God I had my mom back then. God bless my mom. So she passed a couple years ago. But my mom and my family as a whole, my sisters, we're extremely close, extremely.
Yep.
So I never had an issue with a babysitter or anything like that. But I can say I wanted my son to see certain things. So sometimes he would be with me.
Yep.
And he would be in the studio with me all night. He would be asleep on the couch and I'm sitting there recording. I went to school for engineering production when I came home. So I would record myself. I'll sit there and press the buttons and run in the booth and record, and my son would be right there with me. Even at scores during the daytime, he would come in sometime, and he's sitting there shooting pool, and you know how, like, all the older guys, they, you know, took him up under his wing. Yeah, so my son literally grew up with me in the nightlife, and he wound up bar backing at some of the places that I worked at, like Savoy. He was a bar back at 16 years old.
Getting some money.
Yeah, he'd been in the hospitality industry as well. So, and he would jump behind the bar sometimes if we were short-staffed. He'd jump back there and make drinks. So, my son, he right there by my side.
He
like,
with
that's
you
my
through
rider,
this.
yeah.
I
He
love
drive
that.
trucks now, but he can jump behind that bar if he needs to.
Yeah, and you're a grandmommy. Can y'all believe
Yeah,
that? She's a
I
grandmommy.
am.
3 grandbabies, right?
Yeah.
Okay, because I was like, hold on, I make
Yeah.
sure I got the count right. So I feel like them are your babies.
Right. I'm
They
grandma.
always with you, grandma. Yeah, they
I'm
always with you.
Grandma, yes.
I think
I got
that's
3
too cute,
grandkids.
though. I'm ready for that. I'm waiting on J-Lo, but you know. But anyway, so listen, I do want to come back to club owner, but I want to touch the designing the shoe.
Okay.
Let's talk about that because that was amazing.
Literally just sitting in the bed one night like, you know what? I think I wanted to design a shoe and found a website, designed the shoe, promoted it, dropped it. It went crazy. I couldn't believe it. Everybody started buying the shoe.
It was nice. It was really cute, you know?
Italian leather shoes. The shoes literally come over here from Italy.
My girl be doing her thing,
It shocked
y'all.
me, honestly. It shocked me. I just tried something and put it out, and it went crazy. And you have to have so many orders in order to meet production. And I met production quickly, and the rest is history. I just continue to design different shoes.
Different shoes you've been dropping,
Yeah,
I
and
see
my shoe line went crazy. It still is to this day. They still purchasing. So shout out to everybody that has purchased my shoe, because
Yeah, that's dope.
I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I know. I haven't gotten a shoe yet, y'all, if that's what you're trying to say over there.
Look, shout out to
They
everybody
cute.
that's got my shoes.
Dang. No, she
Very
didn't.
good quality shoes, though.
I could tell. I definitely could tell. I know anything you put out, though, and I'm not just saying that. But now listen, so the celebrity promoting, so that means like you just booking a celebrity come to a spot, right?
So I was part owner at Cosmopolitan Lounge on Glenwood. We actually opened up during the pandemic. So with all the rest of the establishments in the United States being closed, we had so much business because we were a concert hall on one side and then a regular club on the other side. So we were able to get the artists at discount prices because they weren't being booked.
They weren't making no
And
money.
everybody was driving from all 50 states to come and party with us. So we literally had every
You
top
did.
celebrity that you could think of.
I was there.
To come to our establishment. We were booking, and we were extremely successful during the pandemic. A lot of girls that worked for me were able to purchase homes and buy new cars. We would take trips after our long shifts of the weekend. It was a really
You
great.
did
yeah, it was a
good.
great
Like it
thing.
wasn't a pandemic for y'all.
Right. It was amazing.
Okay, and so acting.
Yeah.
Now I remember we can go back a little bit. You did a little bit of that in Kim's plays. Rest in peace to Kim.
Oh, rest in peace, Kim
I know.
Halsey.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you was in her play. So that's what got you into acting.
No, I've done things before
that.
prior to
Okay.
a couple like short roles in other people's productions. But yeah, we had some good plays down there.
Yes.
Gria wrote a play too.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Gria did Romeo and Juliet down
While
there.
we were locked up?
Yeah,
I
she
don't
did.
remember that. Okay.
Maybe we weren't there yet, but we did that.
Okay.
And Kim had her plays too. The 2 movies on Tubi. I have a role in Trapping for Christmas where I'm like this. He's like a robber, and I'm his girlfriend. And then Hot Girls, I'm there. I play Baby D girlfriend in Hot Girls, and they sitting there, and they come in and like. The police come in and like bust the house. Y'all got to check it out. Both are really good movies. Shout out to Midnight Black for writing Trapping for Christmas and producing that. And shout out to my boy. Oh God, I'm having a brain freeze. But yeah, shout out to him that
'Cause he
wrote
did
Hot
it too?
Girls. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hot Girls, you came with me actually. When I did the scene on the porch, that's that movie.
That's that movie.
Yeah.
I just came across that picture not too long ago when we sat on a little
yeah.
swingy thing. What do you call it?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
it.
remember that. Okay, so you liked that. You liked that. You still gonna continue to do acting?
I actually wrote my own movie, so that's what I'm working on, producing that.
I remember you started, so you finished it?
I finished it, and I'm working on it. I want to see my name come across the screen that I wrote and produced. So yeah, I'm working on that now.
And you gonna be in my short film too, right?
Yes, I'm waiting on you.
I know. Look, I told you I got people waiting on me. Okay, so listen, let's talk about you being this queen of Decatur, and I say that now. I'm serious, y'all. I say that because it's because of your activism. Like, you out here. You are literally somebody that does the work for your community. And let's talk about your passion for your community, because you definitely got that.
Yeah, man, this my hood. Kendall Road, Wesley Chapel, Flat Shows, Evans Mills, Glenwood, like Decatur. I've been out here my entire life. I came to Decatur when I was 9 years old. And I was just thinking the other day, I see some of these people that have been homeless my entire life. We have the same homeless people walking around our neighborhoods. It's a white guy named Toby who's out there. It's a lady, you'll see her on Wesley Chapel. She's in a wheelchair. Her legs are amputated. And she's been out there. These people have been out there like 20 years. So right now what I'm working on is getting them some help.
Okay.
Because just to see these people out here all these years, some people say, well, they want to be homeless, but nobody has reached out to help them. But what I do with Hope Hustlers is community violence prevention. So we go out and we tell people, instead of calling the police, call us.
Okay.
Because sometimes it doesn't end well with the police.
With domestic violence.
Right.
Okay.
But you call us, and we're actually trained to do this work, to do violence intervention. We have tactics that we use that can diffuse situations and save lives.
Okay.
And I've watched some of my team members actually save police. It was a guy about to shoot the police, and he stepped in and helped. And we go out into high crime areas and find out exactly what's going on and what resources they need. 95% of gun violence stems from lack of resources. So once you get to the root of the problem, someone is tired. And they may be tired because it's 10 of them in a one bedroom and they don't really have anywhere comfortable to sleep. Someone may be hungry because they don't have any food to eat. So they out here and they just kind of begging for crumbs, which makes them irritated. Lack of sleep, lack of food, lack of housing. When you find out exactly what that need is, that usually can lead up to, okay, I shot him. You shot him just because you were sleepy. When you get to the bottom of it, you know what I'm saying? So once you get out here and start hearing exactly what happened, it's like, okay, so the lack of this resource is what led up to this. And that's with 95% of gun violence. So we get out here and we find out what those resources are, and we help to provide those resources. If we come across a family that it's like I said, 10 of them in a one bedroom, we're going to help to find housing. Oh, I went to their house. I see they don't have any food. We're going to get some food put in the house. Oh, they don't have any furniture. They got somewhere to live, no furniture. We're going to put the furniture in the house. So we do what we can, to help.
What's your, I need to make sure they know that. What's the, they reach out to your outreach program?
Yeah, Hope Hustlers. You can find us on Instagram at Hope Hustlers ATL, or you can follow my Instagram at MizzRawBaby_V, and I can help to guide your resources. I also just started my nonprofit, Grief Relief Angels. I've been doing the work, but I actually got my paperwork done now. So I'll be able to help more with grief counseling and things of the sort. When people actually lose their family members, I'll be able to provide different resources as well. So
on top of all of that, throughout the year, I know at least I can count, 3 times you do give backs. Christmas, turkey giveaways, back to school. Like, she is really active, y'all, out here in this community, like really trying to help. And like you said, resources. These kids don't always in a position to not have book bags, supplies. Parents really can't do that. So you try to step in and, close the gap or whatever.
It's just a passion. It's been times I've done Christmas drives for the community, and I didn't have the money to get my son nothing for Christmas myself. Like, it's just a passion. I go drive around to the extended stays, because a lot of people that live in extended stays, they only have the money for that. To pay that rent every week or however they have it set up. They don't have money to do extra things. So I don't know why God made me like this. It's just a passion.
You've been that way though. I met you.
Yeah, and I do it out of my pocket. I do what I can just to help because it's not just about one person. It's not just about 2 people. It as a community, we have to take care of ourselves. Like, look at what's going on right now with politics. If we don't care about us, who cares about us?
So let's talk about that, because with politics right now, a lot of resources are being snatched.
They are.
And so what you're saying, that's what causes, a lot of the gun violence. Do you see a rise coming?
I've been praying really hard about that, and I've been doing what I can so that I can make my way to the White House. I have a meeting later today when I leave here with Angie, who I spoke of, because
she's in that, right?
She's in there, and she's in the White House. But we're trying to see what we can do as far as make America healthy again.
Okay.
A lot of the stuff that they put in our foods is not healthy for us. A lot of things that they doing in our black community as far as placing these abortion clinics in our community specifically is headed towards a genocide, and a lot of people don't understand that or realize that. But we're going to do what we can so we can gather up more people that think like us so that we can take care of ourselves, because it will come to that where it's dog eat dog. Like, if you got to eat, you got to eat. You got to feed your family. You're going to do what you have to do, which is understandable. But we just got to pray they don't get that bad. The resources right now are on hold, and it's already affecting a lot of people just from it being on hold.
Yeah, I know. I saw that with Medicaid and everything. We're talking about healthcare.
Yeah.
You know, people could be having like breast cancer right now, women, and then one of the biggest things I see going on with women now is like fibroids, endometriosis, a lot of problems. So if they having issues and bleeding out here and can't get to the doctor because Medicaid is on hold, imagine what that's going to do. You know, I'm worried about it. So I guess I'll join you with praying about it, because that is something to really worry about what's to come. But on a lighter note, let's get back, because you do got this song with Young Dro, and I've heard it, and I've seen y'all perform together. So let's talk about that, because that's lit.
Yeah, that's my boy, Dro. We did that song so long ago.
I know, but it's
I literally
still
had just got out like 05, but the song is timeless. It's a timeless song. So sometimes I still perform it. My life has went in a different direction now. So some of the things that I'm saying in the song, I no longer do.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm not as comfortable performing it as I once was, because it contradicts the message that I'm trying to put out here now and the work that I'm doing, because it does speak about gun violence, but it's like me.
But it's you and your
right,
life.
like saying what I will do. It's like, yeah, it's a younger me. So
and don't let the pink hair fool you. Please don't.
It's definitely speaking of a younger me. But I have recent music that I've done. I had the song that I recorded, and I'm going to be all the way raw about this song. So I did the song with Chris Brown and Sean Kingston.
I remember.
I put the video out. I actually went and did a show last year with Jeezy, my boy Rocco.
Yes,
there was some other people on the show in Virginia. Shout out to VA Booking, because he always look out. But I recorded these songs under false pretenses. The guy that I was fooling with, he played me and had me thinking that I had the rights to these songs. And once I uploaded them and started trying to get paid from them, they let me know I did not have the rights to the song. And he literally just sent the beat. He played me. And I didn't realize it until I had already put a lot of money into the project. I'm not mad about it, because ain't nothing good gonna come to him for doing that. But at the same time, I didn't want people to think that it was that, because that's what I put out. It was that. I got this song with Chris Brown and Sean Kingston, but it really wasn't. So the song, the video I put out, it is on YouTube. You still can go and watch the video. Yeah.
Okay.
The video is still up. It's called Wine on Me. Yeah.
Okay, on YouTube. Chris Brown, you and Sean Kingston.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess you had a learning experience with that.
Definitely, it was a learning experience. I started kind of catching on to just little stuff when I kept sending him money. It was like, wait a minute, I'm not sure about this. But like I said, the song is still fire, and I still performed it. The YouTube is still up if y'all want to go see the video. So I ain't losing no sleep over it.
Okay,
it was definitely a learning experience. Yeah,
yeah.
He out here conning people, scamming people, because he done got a hold of those beats. That's what it is.
So what you could have done differently? Like what? Check the copyright on it or something like that?
I probably could have had my entertainment lawyer
look at it for you.
Yeah, so
make sure.
Check some things out. Right, check some things out before I move forward. Yeah.
Okay, but that's okay. Cause
yeah,
you're
it's
still
all
doing
good.
your thing, and it ain't stopped nothing.
Oh no.
So what's next though?
I want to get my movie done. That's what I definitely want to get done this year, and my grief relief nonprofit. That's what I'm working on, and I want to get some people freed from prison that have been there a long time that sit on my heart heavy.
Okay, look, let's talk about it. Let's go back a little bit, because before I even got out, I was at the halfway house in Atlanta, you know, and I told you I was coming. You came right on for me and my family. My mama loved that to this day, because you showed up, and she's the reason I'm pretty much in Atlanta, y'all. I made that move because I was coming up here watching you live your life. I knew I would have some type of resource, because I told you I have family up here, but we didn't grow up like together, so I didn't think to come to them for help. But yeah, so I made my move. pretty much because of you. And
I didn't know that.
yes, you did. What?
I didn't
Girl,
know that you made that movie.
Axe
I
Red.
felt like I may have influenced it, but I didn't know that.
Absolutely. I knew I had, because you remember before I got
love
out,
that.
I was worried about going back to Milledgeville.
Yeah.
And I had a couple y'all from Atlanta like, come to Atlanta. And so it was a thought already before I even walked out the door. But being at the halfway house and working in Atlanta, you know, because I was working at the Capitol. So that was like an experience like, okay, I really want this. I'm even though I'm a country girl, you know, my mama took me to Boston. So it kind of, you know, opened me to some bigger life. So when I saw a piece of Atlanta, I was like, yeah, I want this. And I came back. And you remember, I'd have been on your sofa plenty of times, and we done got too drunk to drive home.
You and Nudie used to come in.
Yes,
Yeah,
and go out all. It wasn't just her. Remember, I brought a clique every time we turned around. I brought some women.
Yeah,
because it was really the life for me because I hadn't done all this time.
Right.
And to me, I was just feeling free. So we were just really enjoying the nightlife, which I got introduced mostly because of you. I did the nightlife in Milledgeville. You know, of course, it's a little different because, you know, it's everybody, family, country, you know. But, you know, the nightlife in Atlanta, you don't know who you finna run into.
Yeah.
And being around you, that's how I run into celebrities. And let's, you know, shout out to Trouble, rest in peace to him. But I know that was somebody you knew dearly. So I'm really sorry you went through that. And you went to his funeral, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Trouble was good people.
Yes.
He came to plenty shows I did. We went out to Athens. Shout out Villy Sosa from Dudeovadere. Shout out Alley Boy. Like, yeah, they all good people.
Yeah.
We did a lot together.
I
had just booked Trouble like the year before he passed at one of my pool parties.
Yeah, he was supposed to come. He came. That might have been one time I didn't come.
Yeah, he came. We had a match pool party with Trouble.
Oh, yeah. I remember Boosie too, right? Was that the same year?
No,
that's a different
because
year.
I always do one celebrity per party. So I had Boosie one year, I had Trouble one
After
year.
that, okay.
Had Big Boogie.
I know. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So this year, let's talk about
I haven't decided who yet.
Well, you
but
know I'm
we definitely gonna do it big again this year.
Yeah, she has her parties every year, y'all, at somebody's beautiful, amazing mansion. It'd be, oh my God, it'd be the life.
Yeah.
As soon as you
Have a
walk
good
in.
time.
Yes, the vibes as soon as you walk in, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like everybody's there. You don't got people standing around staring, you know? People are really enjoying
partying.
themselves.
Yeah, partying.
Yes, drinking and everything. So listen, you are big on family. That's big to you.
It's
You're
everything
keeping
to
them
me.
together, and you did lose your mom, which I mean, oh my God! When I watched that video of you and your mom dancing, that's probably a beautiful moment between y'all, and I'm glad somebody captured that for you.
I know, me too. It's one of my favorite videos.
Yeah, it is. You can see it though. I mean, it's just wow. But so, what was that like for you to lose? I know you have older sisters, but still, this is your mama we talking about.
What was that like to lose my mom? Actually, I'm still figuring out what that's like, losing my mom.
You still dealing
all
with
these
that.
years later? Yeah, definitely deal with that daily. My mom did not curse. My mom did not drink. My mom did not smoke. My mom was one of those extremely pure people, and those type of people are rare. So to actually come from someone like that, and the older I get, the more I realize how blessed I am. I already knew I was blessed, but you know, when you get older, you gain more wisdom. So just looking at exactly who my mom was, it pushes me to strive to be more like her when it comes to having a pure heart. That's who she was.
I would say you moving in that direction, especially the role you've taken with your grandkids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I really think. And then not only that, the things you do in your community, that has to come from purity.
Yeah, and she was always so proud. She was always so, and
What
she
you was doing
always
before
let
she
me
left.
know. Yeah, she always used to tell me, I'm so proud of you, I'm so proud of you. But we didn't learn that my mom was dying until she only had 2 weeks left. So that was like the crazy part. We didn't know that she had cancer. And we actually went to Kaiser and told them, y'all have to tell us what's wrong with her. Like, we're not leaving until y'all figure out what's wrong with her, because they kept saying she had gallstones. And I'm saying this so that other people, if you're going through something and you feel like the doctors aren't telling you exactly what it is that's wrong with you, if you feel like it's something else, push and do more research to find out what's wrong with you, because if we would have found out earlier, then maybe we could have prevented her passing away. But she only had 2 weeks left when they found out.
Oh, so you mean even your mom only knew 2 weeks before? I thought maybe she was keeping it from you all. Oh, wow.
We didn't tell her. We didn't even tell her. It's like when they told us what was wrong with her, it was like, why even tell her that?
They didn't tell her that?
No. She was at that point where she wasn't vocal anymore or anything. So, no, we just made her comfortable. We made her as comfortable as possible. They told us that she had a week left, and she stayed for 2 weeks. Yeah. So that was it. Yeah, it was crazy. but it was beautiful. It was
'Cause you
also
got the
beautiful.
time
Her
spent.
when she actually left, I was laying in the bed with my mom. At the time, I was asleep, and my sister like woke me up. She startled me because my mom was taking her last breaths. So I started reciting the Al-Fatiha in her ear. The Al-Fatiha is an Islamic prayer. It's like the standard Islamic prayer. So I started reciting Al-Fatiha in her ear. My other sister was telling her, "Mom, we love you. Thank you, Mom. We love you. Thank you." My brother was holding her hand. My sister was there rubbing her. Her transition was beautiful. And she dropped one tear and she took her last breath. So I don't think anyone on the earth could ask for a more beautiful transition. You know, your kids right here, and they're all doing their own thing to help you to go ahead and cross over. But I think my mom was probably gone before that because she kept saying she want to go through the time door. I want to go through the time door, the time door. And she was like pointing, and we're like looking like she must see a door with a clock because she kept saying it. That's the only thing she was saying. She wasn't saying nothing else.
My goodness.
Yeah, so
All
that.
y'all were there.
Yeah, we were there.
Oh,
I was actually in the
wow.
bed with her. Yeah, we were there. And then the family came. All the grandkids was there. It was just us four in the room when she actually left. And then we called the grandkids in and we stood around her and we prayed, that Allah accepts her into eternal paradise. We did the whole prayer thing, and everybody was able to take their time one-on-one with her. And that was that.
Now, unless I missed it, so did you pour yourself into like going harder for your dreams after that? Because I don't see a time where you stopped though. I've only seen you active.
Well, I didn't stop. All I know to do is keep it moving. That's like one of my phrases: keep it moving, K-I-M, keep it moving like him. Like I say that. But now, I can say the past 2-3 months, I've sat down and began to try to start healing. But that doesn't work for me. I don't like sitting down. I don't like being in this whole quiet place and call myself healing because it just makes you think more. So that doesn't work for me. It may work for someone else. I'm ready to get back up and be back out and keep moving.
Right.
And I haven't just sat down and done nothing because I'm still doing my community work and things of the sort. But I've definitely taken time and feeling like, okay, let me take time to heal from some things that I never took time because that's my mom. But then my brother died 6 months later. My father passed when I was little. Like, it's been so much.
I know that.
And I haven't stopped. But
I haven't.
I think that's just my way.
I haven't seen a time where you've taken a break since the early 2000s.
Yeah.
So maybe it's,
I think that's just my way, though. I think probably
your way of healing.
That I mean, I don't even know if you want to necessarily say healing, but my way of living.
Okay.
My way of living is just to keep going. Maybe me helping others is what keeps me sane.
Okay.
In the midst of heartache, in the midst of being distraught or whatever. I don't know.
And good that you have a good support system from your siblings too.
Yeah.
So y'all were there for each other for that.
Right.
I'm sure that probably really made it easy for your mama to go ahead and take her last breath. Seeing that they here together.
She know.
Yeah. So that probably made that even better.
Did. Yeah.
I didn't even know that's how that happened. See, you learned something. You come on podcast and find out things. No. So listen, I want us to know when we can look forward to your sports bar that's coming 5K South the Cab.
We're opening the end of February.
Oh.
We'll be hosting P. Brown's birthday party.
Who's
Shout
that?
out to P. Brown.
That sounds so familiar. P.
P.
Brown. I've seen that. Yeah.
P. Brown she's a major force out here in Atlanta, a staple out here.
Oh, okay.
She's a promoter.
Okay.
She has a podcast. She does a lot of different things too. So her birthday party, that'll be
that's
our
how y'all
opening
jumping
day.
it off? Okay.
Yeah.
And that's the end of February.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I will be in the building. You already know that.
For sure.
And we are looking forward to your movie. I know you have a title yet?
I don't have a title
You haven't
yet.
locked the
I don't
thing?
have a title yet, but I definitely want to start filming by April.
Have you had anybody to look over your script?
A lot of people.
And what they think?
So I've been letting people see it that are actually in the industry, and I receive good feedback. But a lot of people are telling me make it a series instead of a movie.
Which
so that's
entails
the whole
a lot more work, though.
Yeah, that's
a lot
the
more
contemplation.
filming and stuff. So,
Right.
But you game for that?
Yeah. Whatever gonna
Look,
make
for
the
me,
most
I'd be like,
sense
nah,
and
give me the
most
movie. But you
money.
game for that. Yeah.
I
You know,
am.
I'm like an easy way out type of chick or whatever. But listen, we got 20, let me see, 20, 23, 21 years locked in together. That's a long time. We was the beans and rice crew. Everybody's not going to understand that. But there's a few that will. You know, I think it's crazy, too, the people that we love the most and got the most attached to is people with life sentences or had a lot of time to do. You know what I mean?
When I say I want to get some people out of prison, yeah. Antonio Bishop, Tawana Kid. Yeah. My niece is currently locked up, Vania Bourgeois. It's some people that sit on my heart heavy every day. I really want them to be out here living their life. They good people.
Yeah.
And they may have made mistakes, but they good people.
Good people.
I got to make the right connections to be able to pull the right strings where they could push those buttons.
And you've been doing things like that. Have you been back in the prisons? I know I've seen you go and do like events, be panelists. Like I've seen you be on a lot of panels and things like that. But have you been back into the prison?
I only went back into the prison to visit my niece, and I went back to Pulaski, and that was me facing a fear, because I never wanted to step foot back inside that place ever. Right. But she was there, and she needed my support. So when I prayed about it, I drove out there, and it was just something to walk in there, right? I walked in, and I made it through, and I didn't feel as bad as I thought I would. Not at all. I felt like I had conquered it. Once I walked out, it was like, fearless. Walked back in there free, came back out free. Yeah, okay. I didn't think I would ever step foot back in that place.
We're not.
Right.
Recently, Pooh showed me the conditions and stuff, and I'm like, oh my God. So I'm really glad I went when I did, because, whoa, it's nothing like that. You know, we actually had the carpet, you know. we and then not only that, we built a family in there. We did. You know, we spent time on Pavilion together. We made sure we kept looking nice.
I think they should make a movie about us, like all of us that was there, and how we all came out and had our reunions, and we're still in touch.
And still doing that.
I don't think that really happens with this many people. I think what we gained being in there as far as friendship and family is special, and we should get somebody to
talk about that. I need to talk to Pooh about that.
It should be a documentary.
Okay. I'll talk to this guy. I have a Zoom meeting with a guy that did some film stuff for Melody and her organization. So maybe we could mention that. And because she's somebody, she did 20 years, so she will be a guest soon. If you are listening, because I can't believe you ain't here already. But anyway, she's going to be a guest soon. And she's one of the people that was a roommate to me, and I've known her as long as I've known you. And like you said, she's the reason why I got my business mentor, while I've been getting other resources. I get all my best stuff from the people I met there.
Because everybody is bossed up.
Yes.
When you look at what everybody is doing, everybody came out and hit the ground
doing something with themselves. Nobody wanted to go back to what they came from.
Right.
And which is really a blessing for the both of us. You know what I'm saying? Because we've seen the dark side of things, and we know what a beautiful side of things look like. And I'm glad that both of us are on that path. So can you please tell my listeners where they can find you at, baby?
Yes, they can find me on Instagram at MiZZ_V. That is MRSRAWBABY_VEE. They can also find me on Facebook. That is Vaneesah Bahar. And if you want to follow me on TikTok, which I just got on TikTok, not a big TikToker, but I'm trying to get into it.
Yes.
But you can follow me at Maserati V on TikTok.
Okay, speaking of that Maserati, baby, that thing she pulled up in and almost hit me. I'm just kidding. Love your car.
I pull up, she twerking in front of the car.
I was down there booting. But yeah, so I'm glad to have you. I do want to have you back sometime, especially to promote anything you have going on, because you know I love you and I got your back with any of that. So anything you want to tell my listeners, especially like people that's in the community that you're trying to reach, what about them? Anything you want to say?
Yeah, anybody that's doing any type of community work, if you're doing anything to try to help the community, please hit me up so that I could be a part of it. If I have the time, I'll definitely do it. If I don't have the time, I would try to make the time. But we all we got. And if we don't realize that sooner than later, we are doomed. People need to start stocking food. People need to start stocking water. You need to get things that you probably never even thought about getting, such as gas masks. Make sure you have things to protect your home. Go to the range and learn how to use those things to protect your home. But it's some stuff happening right now, y'all, and a lot of people won't be prepared. Preferably, these things won't happen, but it's better to be safe than be sorry. Anybody in the DeKalb County, Atlanta area, if you're trying to do anything positive and I could be a part of it, it'll be a blessing to do so.
Man, I don't even have a closing after that. Do y'all hear me? Oh my God, I gotta stay professional. I'm such a crybaby. But anyway, I want to thank you for coming. I will have you back.
Thank you.
And thank y'all for listening. Don't forget, please like, share, and comment on this video. Thank you. a successful businesswoman. I have a business called Why Wigs Beyond. You can find that at YWY Wigs, WIGS BEYOND 2024.com. I'm an author. I have a book called From a Pawn to a Queen, and I'm also an actress.
Pterodon Entertainment. We turn your fear of dreaming into amazing realities. If your dream is to become a photographer, we have a nice intimate photo studio just for you. If you want to record that next hit song or do voiceover work, we have a state-of-the-art studio also for you. If you want to professionally record your own podcast, well, we have that too. Check us out at www.pterodonentertainment.com. We are the only ones to turn your fear of dreaming into amazing realities.